Oh, no, you aren't. You're not going to fall down. Okay. So, just talking to my inanimate equipment, you know. Hi, it looks like I'm live, which is great. You don't need a planchette and a board to contact me. Isn't that wonderful? I wouldn't recommend that anyway. Okay, so I am the ocean, and this is my show. Well, it's my channel. And I don't know what I'm talking like I'm talking like that. But yeah, this is the ocean's deep woo where we do the deepest of woo. If that is all right with you, well, who do you do? I don't know. Why am I talking like Dr. Zeus all of a sudden? So we got to give people a moment to let them know that I am on. So I am going to do something brilliant. I'm going to run the credits, or actually the intro. But I am also going to say, look, this is something we got to talk about, girlfriend and boyfriend and whoever else. Um, there's um, there's some stuff going on with this is kind of spilling the tea on some of the relationship things, and I think us being the star seed specials that we are, um, it might be kind of lost on us how this is working. Well, actually, it might be lost on anybody because it's human. Uh, it's the way things are changing in the world. So, this being the month of Valentine's Day, when we celebrate love, which is really, I'm not going to go into what really happened on Valentine's Day in, in Roman times. Right now, it wasn't good. It was just the opposite. It was not good. But since it has come to mean love, you know, we'll look at it that way. Hi, Michelle. I'm listening as you walk home. Oh, isn't that nice? Okay, I'm gonna give people a chance to get here. I'm gonna put on the intro. Hey, so we're back. And Indie Groove snuck in. I saw you do that. I saw you just slide in there. Hi. Ooh, Indie Groove music. Ooh, I'm impressed. Just for music. You had something besides music on your other channel? How come I only saw the music stuff? Well, poop. I didn't know that. Now I'm going to have to look at both of them. And I wish I had my other phone so I could go and sign up to this channel. Phooey. Um, once this comes back up, put put your put your link in the comments and put your link in here. Oh dear. Yeah. I miss so much because I'm a freaking sleep. Why? Because I channel and it knocks you out, man. There's a lot of people, I guess, that talk about that. I just saw a woman today that did some channeling live on a show, and he said, "So, how do you feel after these things?" And she goes, "Wiped out, totally, just totally wiped out. It's just the energies just knock you out." And he's like, "Really?" Because some people will talk about being energized and all that crap, and I'm like, "No, that's certainly not how it is with." I guess I'm not the only one. There are a lot of people that are pretty knocked out after they do the channeling and stuff, and then that lasts a while. I mean, sometimes it takes a while to get your energy back. So that's probably part of the reason I'm doing so much sleeping and stuff. But so that's probably part of it. But yeah, why I get so knocked out. So I got to watch it because that means if I channel something on Sunday, I might be knocked out for Monday. So I see, Indy. So they got you for something. Oh gosh, they are just looking for things, to do to people that are just looking for reasons to get us. They told me I said something mean in a comment. Well, that could be anything, but they didn't tell me what it was. It could be anything. Somebody could think it's mean, you know, and it's not, or something. It's crazy. So you're not allowed to have an opinion. You're not allowed. When they want your opinion, they'll give it to you. Doggone it. Yeah, try to comment after. Well, doggone. So, anyway, I don't wanna really get in too much to the meat of the subject matter until you have a few people show up. Now, I wanted to give everybody a chance to come in because I know that since I moved the time up to earlier, there are some people that are not really able to get in until the very end. So and I'm not wanting to stay up marathon, like, for 6 hours. 4 hours is a lot, is enough, so plus channeling on top of it, and I'm wondering why I feel so tired. Yeah, I gotta balance that. I'm gonna have to balance that, but, Woo Train Rider, how you doing? Oh, I'm fine, I'm just getting over channeling on Sunday. It takes a while. And then, you have this life to live otherwise too. So, anyway, yeah, then people don't really understand it takes something out of you. Where the heck is Jackie? I haven't seen Jackie. Mhm. Some of always some health issues. What? Uh, oh, well, no, I don't have anything in particular, just the usual stuff that I've had for years. Just I don't have any malady. I did channeling on Sunday, and it tends to knock you out. Some of us channelers just get knocked out by the energy for a while, and we have to recover. Oh, you have a health issue. Ah, I'm sorry to hear that. Ah, mm, well, we're not exactly living in the healthiest of times. I mean, that's kind of evident. We're not living in the healthiest of times, and um, our food and our environment have a lot of toxicity right now. So, aloha. It's Hook. It's the Hook. Right. We'll we'll do a few moments of sending energy to everybody who's sick. Okay, a little bit later. Where I'm fine. I'm getting by. My finances are all screwed up because somebody in, or at least saying they're from California, is trying to steal money from me, and this other issue is not resolved yet that's supposed to have been taken care of already. It's like stuff has been hitting my finances for a while now, but I turn out okay. It all turns out okay in the end, but in the meantime, it's like, what the is going on? You know, somebody's after my phone. I don't have, dudes, there's not that much in that account. So don't be thinking there's much to take. Kind of crazy. They must be really out. The hackers must really be out. They must be getting desperate or something because that's all I'm hearing is, and I know that the people who catch the hackers and catch the fraudsters, I know that they've been really busy too. So um, it's a kind of a cyber war out there. You just got to be, careful. Somehow somebody got hold of my card number, so and decided to charge it, and now somebody else is charging me something. But the bank is issuing me a new card, so I'm going to tell them all, back off, Jack. Mhm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I don't have that much, but I do have to run the place on what I've got. Gee whiz. So I'm kind of waiting until some more people show up before I really get into this subject. But part of it is I saw a few videos talking about various things, and I like to discuss them and what I'm getting out of them. And then, you know, there's always interesting stuff that comes up with you guys. So, Ham I am. Hi. Heil. What? Or hell. Ah, um, is there something that we should know, Pam? Oh, Yeah, there's something you're trying to tell us, Pam? You upset about something? There may be a threat in Vegas this weekend, you know? I wouldn't put it past Vegas to be Vegas is just one of the most right now, it's kind of benighted, you know? Uh, that is to say, not doing too well. Lady Spellbreaker, how you doing? How you doing, Heather? Heather, Heather. It's a wild card. Yeah, if the place is not flooded out or washed into the sea or something, they're going to be lucky. LA has just got so much going on with it. Just so much, you know. Kind of crazy out there, I hear. But hmm. And if somebody is around LA and that's not true, please let me know because Emmett has said that things aren't the way that they say they are. So, you know, everything is an information war and everything is God bless Alex Jones, poor Alex Jones. Um, and everything's a psyop and um well, Lady Spellbreaker, you know, did you take the 1313 off your name? You took the 13 off your name, the 13s. Hmm. So, anyway, okay. We have a few people in here. I guess I'll just kind of start. Retrograde season begins April 1st. Isn't that cute? Crocheting your heart out off Cook? Off D Hook? Hook, hook, hook. Okay, you know what? I'm a crocheter too. I'm crochetty. I'm crotchety. Yeah. I got a huge pile of yarn. You know, whoever dies with the most yarn wins, right? I have got a huge pile of yarn. Oh, really? Lady Spellbreaker? Yeah. So retrograde begins April 1st on April Fool's Day. Oh, oh, oh. Oh my goodness. Isn't that interesting? And somehow ironically appropriate. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. California's been hit a lot lately. They really have. So, California, like I said, if it don't get washed away or something, or shook right into the sea or something, they're gonna be lucky. Um, isn't that gonna be interesting? You know, Lady Spellbreaker, I I wanted you to come in tonight and talk about that stuff, but you didn't answer me. You wanna come in Sunday and tell us all about it? Yeah, instead of all at once, it's just gonna gradually slide into the ocean. It never rains in California. Well, it does now. Right, right. You better have an umbrella or a boat, or a lot of umbrellas and a boat. Mhm. Wow. So, till a landslide brought it down. Yeah. Took my love, took it down. Climbed the mountain and I turned around. And then I saw my reflection on a snow-covered hill until the landslide brought it down. Yeah. Well, we know earthquakes are gonna happen in Cali. Look, we're being told. What did I say? People said, "What's going on? What's coming up?" You know? I said, "A whole lot of shaking going on." That's what I heard in my head, because a lot of times I hear song lyrics. "Baby, baby, whole lot of shaking going on." And I just felt this, like, shaking like an earthquake, and I'm like, "Whoa." Well, I guess we even had earthquakes in Ohio, which is very unusual. We've been having, I guess, earthquakes, and I'm lucky that I'm not dead in the path of it, but, I'm not right where they're gonna be feeling it the most, but yeah, we're feeling it here, which Ohio is one of the safer places from earthquakes. But there are areas, I guess, to the south and to the north um, that have been having plenty of earthquakes. Well, you know what? This is interesting. Oh, okay, Lady Spellbreaker. We'll have you on Sunday. Yeah, yeah, cool. Yeah, here's the thing about that is I saw and I think I put it on the community tab for those of you who actually look on the community tab. I think I left it there. Uh, oh my goodness. They had Black's Beach. The cliff over at Black's Beach came down. And when you watch it, it honestly I mean, Roger would probably I may have to send that to Roger because it looked like bodies falling into the water. It really did. I mean, the stuff that was falling, it honestly looked like bodies were getting dislodged and going into the water, probably petrified or fossilized bodies. Really, Lady Spellbreaker? Wow. Oh, you are, Pam? Wow. A volcano in California? Is there a volcano in California? Or off the coast of? Oh, that would be towards Hawaii, wouldn't it? Oh, yeah, I got that. You sent it to me. You can put it in here too if you want. You can put it in the comments after after it comes back up or whatever. You can put it anywhere you want, dear. You did send it to me though. I got that. The Life with Ghosts link. Yeah. So, yeah. Calderas. Yeah, I don't know much about it, but yeah, there's mm, wow. Well, yeah, that would be pretty bad for them. They're having so much stuff. Well, Hawaii is not that terribly far, and you know, they've got plenty of volcanoes. Hmm. So what do I know about geography? I'm an American. But strangely enough, Americans don't know much about geography. I don't know what happened there. But they stopped really making that a big deal, I guess. It's crowed in what? Crowed in what? Hey, Max Vision remote viewing class, how you doing? How you doing, John? Oh, you got bought out of your home. Oh. Door Point? Wait a minute. What? Indie Groove? There's a volcano off Louisiana in the Gulf of Mexico called Door Point. Oh, I wonder. Now I wonder. Hey, it's the Count and Countess. Hello, Chloe. Wow. Well, Andy, I wonder if that has something to do with all this door stuff that I keep getting. Because I had a dream that had something to do with doors, and I did live in Louisiana for a little while. I lived right down there. Uh, well, for a little while, not very long, just until I could make enough money to go home to my real home, I mean, to my family, but I got kind of stranded in New Orleans for a while. Not that I hated it, it was nice, but it was because I got robbed. Um, I lived over on Rampart. Well, off of Rampart, just off of Rampart. Rampart isn't that good area, but somebody was nice enough to let me stay there for a while. Yeah, the door is open. I keep getting that the door is open. Yeah, yeah. I really, I had a good time anyway. It was strange. I had all kinds of dangerous and horrible that a lot of people would think was horrible, including being homeless and in my car. Thank goodness I still in my car, but it was kind of messed up and all this stuff happened. And um, but I got a job down there really fast. So, oh yeah. Um, oh, you're up by Slidell, in the Groove? I remember going through Slidell, and it's funny because in Slidell they call it Norlands. It's Norlands. But if you go to New Orleans, it's New Orleans. So an hour away, it's an entirely different accent. I went through New Orleans and I went through Slidell, which is just north of New Orleans. Um, they were pretty nice to me in Slidell. They helped me get my window fixed. Somebody put a rock through it. Yeah, they call it in Slidell, they call it New Orleans. I was kind of surprised because down in New Orleans, they call it New Orleans. New Orleans, you got a y in there usually. But yeah, Nolans is another one, but you never call it New Orleans. Yeah, Pam was in New Orleans. New Orleans. New Orleans. New Orleans. Yeah. One of my favorite senators is from New Orleans. New Orleans. Senator Kennedy. I think he's funny as hell. I think he's really smart. He is funny as all get out. And, he has that very polite Southern hospitality way of telling people that they're an ignorant asshole or whatever. He tells people off. Usually, he has ways of saying things. It's just amazing. He's an amazing man. We need more of him. We need more like that. Yeah, because he's something else. Some of the things he said is just off the hook. Off the hook. Mhm. Okay, Hook, now I understand your name. You're crotchety. Quality and Amanda. Amanda? Am I missing something? Who's Amanda? I'm missing something here. Amanda? Love that quality in a man, maybe? Oh. Oh my gosh, mine does stuff like that too. Yeah, Amanda Love, right? Amanda Lynn, right? Amanda. Hmm. That's funny because I was teasing David. I said, "So you married a woman, but she was still Iman." So he married a woman that was Iman. Mr. Handsome. I don't know where Mr. Handsome. Mr. Handsome. Hey, important cat, where are you? I don't know where he is. That's funny. He was up here for a while. He was, but where is he? Well, this is very strange. Cowboy Kitty, your adoring fans are wondering where you are. What happened to you, baby? Where are you? You down in your cat cave? He's probably in his cat cave. He's been sleeping a lot. I think he's napping. I think he's power napping somewhere, probably in his cat cave, because he gets himself all burrowed in there, and he gets knocked pretty far out. He's he kind of burrows under the bed there, and he's insulated enough that nothing bothers him, you know. So, ah, okay. So, anyway, what I was going into here, what I was wanting to go into about all of this is you're not who you think you are, right? Well, this tends to be true on so many levels. And it was funny because on the latest one, and I have said this before, we're not who we think we are. We have all kinds of ideas about who we are, and it's all ego about who we are, what we are, blah 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 blah. hmm But you know, and this comes from a guy who is like a dating expert, and he worked on some of the bigger dating apps and with some of the bigger dating shows that were on TV, I guess. And I forget what the name of them, but I put it in our community tab. I think I put that video just for anybody that was interested. But some of the things that he found out by looking into dating patterns about people are very interesting. And one of them is people will say and declare all day that they're interested in this and their values are that and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, well, right now, me either. But the interesting thing is he was finding that there are some things that people don't know that they're doing that are kind of screwing them up. And it's like it goes along with some of the things I've noticed. One of them is what people say. He says when people go to these dating apps, they don't really present themselves. They present their representative. They present the way they want to represent themselves. And they use all kinds of bullshit like filters and just uh, just they say a lot of things that sound good just because they sound good. And he says, but really where your values are can be entirely different from what you're saying. And you may not even know this. He says sometimes people think their values are one thing, and then when he really looks into it, it's off it's something else. And one of the ways that he tells is what does a person do in their off hours when they got a few days off of work or some free time? Where are they spending their free time? What are they doing? Because there are people who will say that, their values are church and hard work and blah, 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 and all of this stuff, that's where their values are and they're interested in this and that. But you don't, when they have some free time, what are they doing? He says he always asks them when they would come to him for help. He would say, okay, so what do you do in your free time? And they'd almost always say something else than what they said their values were. So what are your values really? And it really made me think, oh my gosh, we all do that. But see, that's the funny thing is that we don't realize that we're presenting a false front even to ourselves. So what are we spending time on? Right. Hi, James. Yeah. It's strange because now here's some interesting factoids that he found out from doing research. He found out that the group, the social group that had the hardest time getting dates were black women. So, knowing what he knows about dating, he put some of them into a Jewish dating app, and they got snapped up pretty immediately. Why? Because they had something that he called, what did he I'm not sure what he called it. He said because they were different. They stood out differently. Um, Not the run of the mill. So, um, anyway, and basically, so they were actually quite popular, and so he was quite successful with that. And he said, like for instance, this is the effect that you have, uniqueness. It's like somebody has an accent, you know, and everybody just turns, as soon as they start speaking, they're the interesting person in a place because they've got this interesting accent, right? And it's true. Somebody comes in and they have like an Irish accent or a or something. The people, everybody just goes, "Oh, interesting." It's interesting. And so you kind of got to bring out what it is instead of trying to fit in. What you need to do is allow yourself to be unique. That's what's attractive. So your uniqueness is actually attractive. Oh, there you go. I'm sure that would get, mm, I'm sure that'd get you lots of dates. Anyway, James Ortiz. No, I think they mean something else, son. Right. Yeah. The illusion. Definitely the illusion. Um, Another thing that he found was, uh, this is really going to surprise you. The happiest marriages in the world are people in arranged marriages, or at least that's what they say. But now he says, think of this though, in places where the marriages are arranged, the whole damn community is getting together to find the right person for this person. So often we don't really know ourselves. We can't really see ourselves the way we really are. But in these places, usually the whole community is trying to find the right person. And so, yeah, there's going to be a bigger chance. The other thing is the expectations. In a lot of these countries, the expectations are different. Like, what do you expect out of a spouse? You know, what's happy? Well, you have children together. Um, they provide for you, whatever. They nurture your children, whatever. The expectations are not that. Unfortunately, here in the Western world, we've gotten into the romantic era where we believe that our mates should be our everything. They should be everything to us. They should be the confidant, the friend, the uh, nursemaid, just all on down the list, you know, everything. Whereas in these countries where the marriages are arranged, they have very definite expectations of what role the partner is going to play. And and it's true because we expect so much out of a relationship. Mhm. So, wow, that's interesting book. Um, anyway, so that's another kind of interesting thing. They weren't expecting everything from their mate. A lot of the stuff that we expect from a mate, they're getting from the rest of their community. So, that's another thing that uh, maybe we're looking at it wrong. Um, the other thing is our expectations. He said he asked one of his female friends what she was looking for in a man, and of course she is saying he had to be. And the main questions that they ask on these dating sites are the ones that really make the least sense, the ones that make the least uh, difference. Although people think they make a load of difference, it's not necessarily any indicator of the happiest couples. Um, for instance, they ask, you know, body type, height, weight, um, income, race, etc. And so she was saying she wanted a white man who was slim, and she really wanted somebody who was 6'4" and blue eyes, but she would take a 6-foot guy because she knew 6'4" is probably not very many. And she wanted him to make this big pile of money, some big sum of money, and all of these things that they ask on a dating site. And when he checked the databases that he had access to all these dating sites. And he had to inform her that based upon how she was answering that, she had a 0.04% chance of finding that guy. So there we go with the unrealistic expectations. But what do you really want? That's a question, right? What do you really want? Okay. So, right. Well, that's just it, Chloe. I have a story myself. One of my longest lasting and happiest relationships. Probably he knew more about me than my friends and family. Was a long distance relationship that I had in that 3D chat. And people were 3D married in the 3D chat, were virtually married and had virtual families that they chose. And if something happened to members of their virtual family, they would suffer just as if they were their real family. I had one of the best and most long-lasting and very deep relationships with somebody that I never physically saw, never, well, I saw him once. Never physically touched in my whole life, but we had something, it was spiritual, it was mental, it was interests in common. We had the way we thought. He admired the way I thought. I admired the way he thought. There was this creative thing for both of us. He said things like, I never heard anybody say anything like what you say. The way you think is so unusual. Um, you really amaze me. He was very struck by my mind. He loved me literally for my mind and my soul. Well, we were together for years and years. And very sad how that ended. I'm not going to go into it, but he probably knew me better than anybody because I was real with him. He was real with me. We were very close online, but we were very far apart geographically. And I'm like, he's finding this guy found out that that's really what the qualities that people are really looking for when you really in some cases, like he said, in some cases, he's found that people have actually lied. Like he remembers the one time that this woman she met this Indian dude. She was an older woman. He was a younger man. That he lied that he was older in order to be able to date her. He thought that's what she wanted. And here, when they finally met, of course, he had to come clean, but they were fine together. I mean, it turned out that didn't matter at all to her. What mattered was his personality, the way he thought, his soul. We're going about all this wrong. We're going about this all wrong. Uh, he also said that his prediction from studying this deeply, I mean, he worked on some of these shows, I guess, and he worked for some of these even corporations. But he says his data is saying that they will have fewer, but the most long lasting relationships, marriages, will be Gen Z. And why? They are not willing to put up with less. They are looking at when they they're looking for exactly what they want. And if it's anything less, they're not going to take it. They're not going to bother. But he predicts that there will be fewer of them having long-term relationships, that it will be very rare, become rare that people have long-term relationships. Oh, well, Lady Spellbreaker, it is kind of like that. It's not like they really go anywhere else. It's like, hard to describe, honey. They're here with us. We can't see them. Once again, it's a frequency thing. And oh, that's another thing that the channel was talking about. The channel channeled a doctor on the other side. I think it was Dr. Peebles. She was talking about, and Dr. Peebles was saying that really he talks about it being an earth school again, just like I said, and just like Dolores Cannon. It's an earth school. It's a school. And he said, here's the thing is somebody comes out and they come here and they can continue their learning. They can continue, you can do whatever you want on the other side. You can continue learn. I have had people come to me. I have had life with ghosts. Heck, I live with ghosts. Okay, I freaking live with ghosts. I mean, all kinds of them. Okay, I've been doing that most of my life. And obvious that they have interests, they evolve, they have groups that they like one of them. I mean, it was Alfred Hitchcock that showed up and told me that they have a fan appreciation society. And one of the things you do is you go around to your fans and thank them for their support of you in life, when they were alive. And so, I mean, I'm there. Oh, you have stuff. He goes, oh, yes. Well, it turns out that the dead are actually quite lively, which is just something he would say. But yeah, we're here to learn stuff. And then another thing he said that was very interesting is, okay, like people come out of here and they go there, and they come out and they're like, and they come up, or they come here, he said, and they're saying, wow, that was really interesting. I think I might go back there sometime. He says, oh, well, then we know they're done. They don't need to go back anymore. They really don't need to go back anymore. They're fine. They can go on and go do something else. It's like, nah, we recommend you go do something else. It's the people that haven't made peace with here. They need we it was really basically giving us a hint. We need to make peace. We need to get control of this realm. We need to make peace with it. And the way that we really leave for good is we leave on good terms. You know, um, he says if they're like, I'm never going back there again, they've still got issues and they need to go back. Oh my God. What? Yep. Yeah. So life with ghosts. Heck, that's pretty much my life. Life with ghosts. I know more dead people than living right now. Yeah. Oh yeah. You can put the link. There you go. So yeah, Edgar Casey has books. He channels stuff about it all the time. He channels stuff many times. People have tried to tell you this. I even have tried to say they're not that far. They can't possibly be. They can't possibly be that far away because of the way that I see them. It's like they just walk through a door, there they are, hi, and then they just walk back out again. They're not that far. In one of my dreams, in fact, now this was interesting, though, I gotta tell you. Um, in one of my dreams I had recently, this was really cool. I had an umbrella in my hand, a parasol, open, and I was holding it. I was going, oh, that's interesting. And I'm looking over this valley, and they have like a zip line or of some sort. And people are holding onto their umbrellas and traveling across this valley into the distance on this zip line on their umbrellas because the umbrellas are like attached to this cable, right? And I'm there like, well, this is just my umbrella. I don't have, oh, yes, I do. Oh, yes, it is attached. There it is. There's the little wheel. And then I just looked at it and it's like, suddenly I'm like, whoa, there you go. You're going, I'm going, oh, geez. So I'm holding on to this umbrella. I guess as long as you're holding on to the umbrella, you're okay. But I got a hold of the rope and I had the rope I had around one knee because I didn't entirely trust it. And, so I kinda had this rope around one knee, and I was holding on extra tight, to make sure. I guess it was a little I do have a little bit of vertigo. Um, so, um, basically, I'm going out over this valley, and it's really far down there. And I'm like, "Well, where the heck am I going, though?" You know? And so there's this great big pole, and it went around. I could tell that we're going around the pole and coming back the other way, and I'm like, "Well, geez, I'm kinda tired of this." And, then it started sloping down, and there was a place where it was kinda low down, kinda like a ski lift. It was kinda like a ski lift. And so it got low enough that you could get off. And I said, "Oh, I think I will." But it's a funny thing about the plants. The plants didn't seem like our plants. Although it looked like a green valley, it didn't seem like our plants. Seemed like they were metal or something because as my feet brushed them, they went click, 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 click. So I'm not sure what was going on with that, but they didn't hurt me like, or anything. But they just kind of made a funny sound when my feet touched them. So I get off and I see this building in the store, and I think, "Okay, well, it's time to look around a little bit." And I go and I open the store, but I find that the rope is still kind of attached. I have to let go of the umbrella, but the rope is still somehow it had a little wrap around me. I had to get it off, and it kinda goes sliding out the door. The door is like a hatch, and I close it, and there goes the rope and whatever. It's like, "Okay." And I'm in this place. I'm in this small room. It's kinda dark, not very well lit. It's lit, but not very well lit. It's like some kinda utility room almost. And so over here by what looks like it may be a stairway or a door or something, are 3 guys, and one of them I recognize, and he's got cat eyes. And I say, "Hey, so what's up, guys?" And they said, "Oh, we can't figure out how to get out of here. We're trying to figure out how to get out of here." And I said, "Well, isn't that the way out, like, out that way?" And they're like, "No, but there's a door right there, there what looks to be a door, or a way out," and it's like, "But that's not it." And they're "Oh, no, we haven't found any way." And there are these other guys on the other side by another place, and there's, like, this little dividing almost like some kinda console or something, and there are these other guys over here, and they're talking, and they're looking at their cell phones, and they're kinda talking back and forth, and I said, "What, there's no way out of what do you mean there's no way out of this room?" And they over there are going, "Oh, yeah, there's a door right there out." "Well, aren't you going?" They said, "Nah, it's okay. They're just busy on their cell phones." I'm like, "Well, these guys over here, like, what's going on here?" It's like, you didn't bother to ask these fellas that seem to know what's going on, you didn't even bother to ask. So I'm looking at it, and it's like it's 2 groups. It's this one group that cannot find the door, doesn't even know where to look, doesn't know they're standing right by it. There's this other group over here that are too busy on their cell phones to leave. They found the door, they know it's there, they know it's open. They're not going, they're too busy on their freaking cell phones. And then there's also the hatch that I just came through, and you could get out that way, and it's like, "This is so bizarre." Well, that was the end of that dream, and I'm like, "Okay, this has some meaning," you know? Mhm. You've had umbrellas? Yeah, me too. I live in Ohio. So, I'm here hanging on to an umbrella going, I don't 100% trust this umbrella. So I'm also holding onto a rope wrapped around my left knee. So, yeah, it's like I live in Ohio. We have strong winds here. Even strong umbrellas will come out of your hand if you don't have a good grip, and they will turn inside out unless you got a double canopy type. So so yeah, to my amazement though, we were going right over the all you had to do is just keep holding on to the umbrella and you were okay, I guess. And when you let go, you were down on the ground. When I let go, I was immediately on the ground. So, and then there were a lot of other little buildings around. I don't know, was I seeing the other place? Maybe. There's been times when I really wondered if I'm seeing the other place. Mhm. Insomnia. Oh, yeah. Kinda reminds you of that. That's interesting. Well, Heather, I would be willing to help you at any point if you ask. I'm a medium. But, I'm a damn good medium, actually, I guess, because I can get a hold of almost anybody if I have to. But mostly they just kinda walk in on me. But I've gotten a hold of pretty much everybody's relatives, so far that they wanted me to. Um, they're not far. You can get a hold of them so easy. You can just talk to them and they'll hear you. They're that close to you, okay? It's hard to explain. For one thing, I was using telepathy. I wasn't really using my voice. I was just using mind like a mind speak type thing to talk to these people. I'm still trying to figure out the guy with the cat eyes. You know, somebody I know maybe? I don't know. So what it seemed like. I know these guys. I don't know these guys over here, but they knew how to get out and just wouldn't. So I don't know. That's right, Pam. I got a hold of her husband. I even dreamed about her old house. So, and a cat and a dog. Anyway, yeah, I keep thinking to myself, we have been given the wrong idea about the other side. Seriously. It's people just they have the wrong idea. There's so much going on over there. Um, Life doesn't stop. People aren't just floating around with harps, on clouds, unless they want to. But of course, reality works a lot different there, you know. Mhm. And that's when Cowboy visited you too, Pam. It was around that time. He must have seen me go, and he kind of took off to go see what was going on. But yeah, so this is definitely exactly what I keep telling people it is. We're in a learning game. The Matrix was always meant to be a learning game, okay? A massively multiplayer learning game. Total immersion, holofractal, like the holodeck at on Star Trek, the holodeck, just like that, okay? It's like that, as far as I can tell. That's what this is like. Okay, so, um, once again, that's just more, and my dream is just more like that. It kinda is like that's kinda what I saw in a way, is that this little room, some people were kinda trapped in between. Why? They were too busy on their cell phones. Well, I had just come in through a door. I just kinda popped in. Didn't they notice? And I wonder about that. I must have just popped in on them, just like the people pop in on me, when they come and I suddenly I'm aware of them. They just kinda like they just open a door. "Hi," just walked in. So, y there's nothing. Oh, and by the way, one of the things he said, one of the same things that I'm saying, because I guess this channel, one of the things that she asked him was, "Does it hurt to die?" Because she was very young when, this all started, and she said, "Does it hurt to die?" And he said, "No." Well, that's what I'm getting to, is that actually dying itself is not painful. Maybe the things leading up to dying, but dying itself is not painful, okay? And you're usually gone, as far as I can tell, you're usually gone about an hour before your body quits. So, your body gives up a little bit after, but you pop out of your body before your body's really completely dead. So so a lot of times you pop out before the body 100% gives up. So you're not gonna feel your body die. You're gonna feel it dying maybe, but you're not gonna feel it die. So there's nothing to worry about there, you know? Yeah, you can take that off of your mind if that's ever worried you. And, that's about what I'm getting too, is that that's not, because I saw, when my cat left, and her body lived about, it was still sucking air about an hour, but she'd already left. So, yeah, and I knew my dad had died long, when he finally died and they came to revive him, I already knew he was gone. I knew there might be a chance he'd be back, but I already knew he was gone because I saw it go. Looked like a mist went out of him. And sure enough, they worked on him a while before they declared him like really dead, you know. I saw it. Yeah, I saw it go out of him before his body actually died. So, he was gone long before they even got there. Before they even got there. Mhm. You saw it too? Yeah, it's like a mist goes out of people. Maybe that's where they get the idea of those misty sort of white sheet ghosts or something. It really just looks like a puff of smoke or something, puff of steam. Yeah. So, yeah, are we really who we think we are? I don't think we are. I don't think we're who we think we are. I think we're given a persona here, just like in a game. We take on a persona. That's not who we really are. Okay? It's just like you go into a game, you got an avatar. Exactly like that. I swear. It's exactly like that. So, yeah, me too, Chloe. I was around for a lot of deaths when I was younger, especially my parents were older, so a lot of people died. Um, and I also was the person that people brought sick animals to. I would try and help them, and so many of them expired. But really, it was I got to see my kitty cat ascend. I mean, go through the whole rainbow, rainbow flashing white lights and stuff in her rainbow. She turned into a rainbow body and walked up out of her body. She just rose right out of her body and walked through a rainbow portal into a beautiful place. And so it was that easy for her. And then her body lasted about an hour afterward. But yeah, it's not supposed to be scary. And yeah, it hurts us because they're gone. We've got a um, empty part of our lives now, but they're fine. They're just fine. And if they had a hard time when they died, there are places like hospitals to take care of them. There are people to take care of them when they get there. So there's nothing to fear actually that way. And if people could just realize how close they are, you know, um, sometimes I can even feel them close to me, almost physically, not quite. Although David has this little trick he does. He says, when you feel like you have something for no good reason, you feel like you have something on your lips and you want to lick your lips like that. It's like, yeah, but there's nothing on your lips. Yeah, and he says, it's me on your lips. It's like, oh, okay. He's giving me a little kiss when I feel that. Like right now. Smarty pants. You're such a smarty pants. So, he is. He's kind of a trickster in a good way, a positive way. He's very positive influence on me. Um, right. I'm right here. Exactly. Exactly, off the hook. Yeah. They're right here. You wanna give him a hug, just reach out and give him a hug. I mean, I could okay, like, he's here right now, and I can almost feel him. Smart ass. You know? We're just a little bit out of sync. We're in the game world. He just kinda gave me a little hug there. So, really, you know, we're not who we think we are. That's why I titled it that. These 2 videos kinda, in strange way, kind of juxtaposed in my mind some great truths about reality. We're not who we think we are. We have all these things programmed as part of a program that we think we are, and that's not us at all. Not even close. It's not us. Right. They always say that. Yeah. My girl, Maui, my cat, who is also my daughter. Wow, go figure that out. Who is also a Lyran elder. What? Um, and she says, "I'm right here, Mom." So in one reality, she's my daughter, but she's also a Lyran elder. And how do I know? Because she's this all sparkly white cat. When she died, she became this sparkly white, all white cat, which is what our Lyran elders look like. And because she went out on a rainbow, she went the way she died. I mean, she's it's like, holy cow, she's a Lyran elder. And then that information came to me like that that's what they look like. And it's like, wow, okay. I'm not sure exactly how, you know, but yeah, I guess I do come from a long way away, right? That's what Chloe said. I come from a long way away. Well, everything's inside you in a way, Lady Spellbreaker. In a way, everything's inside us. Oh no, here we go again. I'm getting very antsy, and you know what that means. That means somebody wants to talk. It means probably there's going to be light language, or somebody's going to come through, or something's going to happen. Okay, why am I feeling like this? What's going on? Somebody want to. It can only be love and light. It can only be good beings. I'm going to ask for my angels to be around me and Ega kono koto ko wari ka paringit ka for when get a yes, come on get up with here very well. Embada par ko wari get with yes can mini get up to whatever get corner of the more pericam. Eba many get out and go is can make it get a mini get a correct. Ibrebe scanner get very get a company get a percarium, borrow and get a caragram, param. But yarakam by the American of Victoria and Guinea, Korea's got to get a social coach on medical coach for medical areas. But I'm very per Priya, Yafara, Varim, Varoyam, Varoyam, Boria, Boria, Adakura Boria. Vorrei bene che ti scudo por vria che ti camampricar bune per fare. For vorrei per che for vorrei per mia. Vorrei che scapre in che coro in che garia. Istakam corriam vorriam toriam. Che crigam. Por vorrei vorrei priam I cara vorrei. Vorrei. Io provo vorrei. Hora, hora, hora. E coro bene gara. And some kind of congratulations, some kind of uh, like being congratulated for something. Um, and God, what are you getting, Chloe? I'm only getting parts of it. Wow. Oh, is she driving? And she might not be able to translate until later, anyway. Hello, Lewis. Yeah, I know. It won't let me. It's like it's a feeling that's like you're kinda antsy, and I wonder, it's like, you know what? If I was a cat, I would be up doing the zoomies, okay? It's this very uncomfortable feeling like, yeah, uh, energy, like energy, you know? And this it's like and it's still here. Engadakarumulikbarigarigangar, gorobabatatakaramoria. Ikam barobarigarani gorobarigarashi. Gerabam bariyarabarashkarami baba shoror. Barayikbarigara borobariyaraba. Can you explain to me? Okay, now look, I'm trying to follow this. And this is kind of hard because, it's like I'm in this weird state when I'm actually doing this. So, as some kind of congratulations. Okay, we've achieved something. Some something about our achievement, something about we have made an achievement. We have crossed over a certain boundary, or I have, or we have, or we've we've hit the halfway point and we're getting ready to go beyond that. Ah, the halfway point in heading for the next place? I think it's for heading for the next place. We've hit the halfway mark. Ooh, a CME. Mm. See, if I put a CC on, what's a CC? Yeah. Wow. Opens up closed captioning. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to get. We're halfway. We're past the halfway point. In our travels? It's not quite right. Journey? I think she might be talking about moving up to D5 or New Earth. I think we're past, like I have been likening it to a trip to the amusement park or something where the kids are all going, "Are we there yet?" We've hit uh, past the halfway mark to go in because it's going to be like consecutive orbs. Interlacing orbs, like the flower of life, is the way I see it. An orb, and if you can imagine that the orbs interlace like the flower of life. Can you imagine that? If you know what the flower of life is, and I don't have one right here, but you can look it up what that is. Hmm. So where it's like when we hit the boundary, which we did a few weeks back, like last month, or was it even the month before that? We had hit the edge. We're in the fourth. heading for 5. We're in the midway point. Some of us. Some of us are in the midway point. I am, for sure, one of the ones in the midway point. So we're halfway there through. See, we're going to go through 4 to get to 5. So we'll be bumping up the 5 border. Yeah, about midway through 4, or well, as we rise, we'd bump first. We'd have to get through the 4 membrane, then we'd have to get through 5 membrane. And I'm just calling them that for lack of something better to call it. Boundary. But yeah, somehow the way I see them linked up is like a 3D version of the flower of life. Well, no, 4 is not hell. 4 is land of the dead. So it's not exactly hell, but it is the place of the dead. So that's why, oh, freak. Yeah, okay. It's going to get easier and easier to access your dead, to access the ones who have passed on. But it's also where the reptilians were operating from. They were hiding things in 4. That's why sometimes it looks like hell. And you know what? And it's not like you think. So their area, their sphere of influence is probably one of the is a hell realm. Probably. Yeah. But we're not passing through that. We're passing through somewhere else. We're passing through another area of, I guess it's the astral, the etheric realms. There are 9 layers or something, 9 densities, 9 fields, membranes, boundaries, something. Okay. Yeah, you're going to see more of them. You're going to see more. You're going to see more ships. You're going to see more spirits. You're going to see more cryptids. You're going to see more everything. Because now we have we have been going through and are now in the 4th dimension. So now there are different things that open up at different levels, as far as I can tell. And so when you get to the lowest part of the 5, then, you get a lot of things starting to open up. You get a lot more things opening up, but here right now we're going through. And that's why it's so scary too, is because to some people they're going to be afraid because this is where our dead used to be, but they're not here anymore. They've moved up too. But this used to be the land of our dead. Ah, well, yeah, that could be too, Lewis. That's probably happening as well. Uh, like 9 layers, 9 realms, nine layers. Whatever that means. And 9 is my birth number, my birthday. Okay, so there are different layers of this layer cake. There are different, like an onion. I've said that before. Maybe that is what it's like. Maybe maybe you pop into the middle, either 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 in from the outside going toward the center, or you pop into the center and you're heading out. Or maybe you have to go both ways. Do you have to go back? That's kind of the way my ride was going on the yeah, it doubled back around and then went down and let you out, so you could get off. If I would have stayed on, it would have taken me back to the other end, back up to the other end. So you could get back on, like, right there if you wanted to, I guess. I expect. I don't know, I didn't go out and check, but that's what I expect. It's kind of a low point, then you go back up. Um, wow, this is strange place. But, yes. 9 etheric levels before you come out of your body. At level 9, you become crystal. Yeah, I've heard that too. Yeah, me too, Lady Spellbreaker. Complex PTSD. I told you that's what I've been diagnosed with too, is if you have complex CPD. I'm so glad though, I'm healing through, all of this mediumship and stuff that I'm doing. I am healing. Well, what you can do is maybe what I did is turn that out of body and dissociative into bilocation. Self-diagnosed? Who is? Self-diagnosed what? No, mine was by my psychologist. Because I talked to ladies I talked to Heather, and I said, "Gosh, that sounds kinda like what I have." She says, "Well, you may have that." And so I asked. They never told me, but I asked, and she said, "Oh, yeah, you definitely have it. Yeah, you definitely have complex PTSD." It's like, "Oh, well, that makes so much sense now." Yeah, see, mine, instead of it can either be I think it can either be an illness or a superpower, like so many things. Interesting. Yeah, my psychologist diagnosed me too, but didn't tell me. I guessed it. She just figured I figured it out, I guess. And when I asked, she said, "Oh, yeah, definitely." Mhm. "Oh, you're a different person off the hook." Well, I guess this show is for you. You're not who you think you are. I'm not who, I am here. I am, but, I'm as authentic as I can be here with who I am. I tell you who I am. all the time, and to the best of my knowledge. I'm not from here. Mhm. Oh, bilocating, yeah. See, that's what I think happened. I think if it's not put to some constructive use, it's dissociative. You look like you're dissociative. And maybe I have in the past, I don't know. I might have, look like multiple personalities or look um like I'm not here like I'm not here because I'm not. I'm going places when I'm out. I'm going places. I'm not just, you know, sh- shut down. I'm out somewhere else. So I think what happens is some of these traumas trigger our abilities, okay? And otherwise they would never get triggered. Our triggers trigger our abilities, maybe. And we can either choose to use them as abilities once we understand that, or we can choose to have them be disorders. Yeah. Hmm. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I think it might have been part of that. If that exists, I was definitely part of that. You know why? I was really old when I was young. I was so old when I was a kid. I was so much older than my years. I mean, people talked to me and they said, "It's like I'm talking to a 30-year-old person. What's going on here?" They'd be like, "You can't be the age you say you are." It's like, "Yeah, I am, no." Yeah, Project Sky Falls, you're not from here either. I mean, most of us aren't. Most of us aren't from here. Yeah, I was kinda surprised. I didn't know I had I just said, "Well, it's something it's almost like CPSD." I didn't even know there was a complex version of that or what that was. But yeah, I said to her on several occasions, "Well, this is almost like like I hear somebody with, you know, PTSD." Well, yeah, I guess she just figured that I knew then, I'd figured it out, maybe. But when I asked her, she said, "Oh, yeah, definitely. You're complex CPTSD." Yeah. Oh, well, it was a nice validation of my observation. Mhm. Yeah. Well, I knew I was stressing and depressing, okay? And I knew that a lot of it was because of really bad shit that happened. So, and I didn't know the technical part of that, but apparently I did figure it out. No, they can't do that off. They can't do that, Hook. No, not without your permission anymore. At least not in this state, they can't. They can't take you away without your permission unless you're a danger to yourself and others. Mhm. I know, Lady Spellbreaker. Well, I had so many things happen like that. People did a sudden shift on me. I had people do a sudden shift. Not minimizing what you've been through, but commiserating. It's, hmm, it's not something you easily adjust to for most people. Yeah. Yeah, I had so much stress, I'd just freeze up. I'd just disconnect, shut down. Mhm. Take care, Pam. Yeah, it is a miracle. You are, Lady Spellbreaker. That's why I'm leaving you so much leeway. But you gotta realize it's well, you know what? You'll I've been living with death for so long that this is almost like a it's almost a boring subject in some ways. When I hear some people talk about it, like, "Do you think that there's such a thing as life after death?" It's like, "Do I think? Do I think that do I think that, the sky is blue, I'm sucking air, and, that could all be illusions?" Well, it is. It is an illusion that this bed exists, but that I'm sitting on right now. It's an illusion. What's behind me is an illusion. It's not a forest. It's a tapestry on my wall that I'm kind of blending into because I'm wearing green tonight. So, Mhm, mhm. Yeah, like we were saying last time, Lady Spellbreaker, it's like death and the devil. Ah! Oh my gosh. So, Death and the Devil on the same show together. Hmm. Yeah, there are people that aren't ready, I guess, yet. They're not ready. But to me, yeah, there are people that I listen to people, and I try to put myself, way back then, but to me, it's like I'm so way up here. I'm so way past that point. It's kinda hard for me sometimes to kinda sit there and well, it's like, okay, it's vaguely interesting that they're wondering all of this and that they're getting but occasionally there are these nuggets of information that are really gold, but most of this is almost routine now. Heaven and hell, oh well. Heaven and hell. The dividing line is inside your head, or inside well, not inside your head exactly, in your mind. It's your perception. Right. The table is solid, except it's not. Right. Well, yeah, I'm not trying to be like I'm better than anybody or anything. It's more like it's vaguely interesting only because it's mundane for me. Because the mundane for what's mundane for other people is not for me. It's like, yeah, you know, grass is often green until it kind of dies and then it turns brown. It's just a fact. It's just, and people move to this other place and they're still around and things are solid except they're not. And this has all been a part of my reality for decades. Dead people showing up to me for decades now. So to me, I don't mean it to be, disparaging or anything. But yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like watching kindergartners and first graders, maybe. Some of them are first graders, and trying to figure out these things, trying to make sense of this. And I could come in, and I know that it's really not for me to just come swooping in and tell them everything. If you're here on my channel, yeah, I'm going to do that. Heck yeah, I am. That's what you're here for. That's really what you're here for. But yeah, it's like now when I hear somebody say, "Do you think that Sasquatch exists?" It's like, well, people keep reporting them. I've mind spoke them. We have their DNA, and we know what that the female's mitochondrial side is human, and the other is unknown. And I mean, I am so far beyond that now. We know. Once you get past that point, you're past it. The shock starts wearing off. The the surprise is not there anymore. It's like I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised to find out that the Sasquatch are half human, that we share some common bloodlines. Not surprised at all. None of that was surprising. I would have guessed it. Yeah, maybe I was. I was actually swinging on an umbrella before you came in. I was telling my umbrella dream. Um, Something's going on with my throat chakra. That's another thing that's not surprising. I could think that there's something actually wrong. There's nothing wrong. My throat chakra's clearing something so that maybe I got something else coming up involving my voice that it's getting me ready for. As a matter of fact, I think half of our sicknesses aren't sicknesses at all. I think they're part of the changes that are taking place. How you doing, Elderberry? be better off than you are. You could be swinging on a star. All the monkeys aren't in the zoo. Every day you meet quite a few. So you see, it's all up to you. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, I no longer see it as an attack. I don't think that's an attack. That's just something trying to clear out, I think. Is it's trying to clear out. My body's trying to clear something so that I did a lot of that before I started speaking in tongues, and channeling and stuff, speaking light language, all that stuff. I did a lot of that, coughing in, my throat. And I know I'm still dealing with my throat chakra. Hello, D. Hello, D and off D and all these D's. Dolly D is a D. And you totally, and you drew a stick figure. That's funny, Dolly. Ah, oh, that's funny. I've been drinking all this tea, and you know what that means. And water. You know what that means. I'm going to have to take a little breaky. I've been on for 2 hours. Mama D needs a little break. You know what that means. It means I'm going to let you all chat, and I'll put on my little movie here so you have something to watch. It's my intermission movie. Okay? Hello. And let's see what y'all been talking about. Oh, well, guess who's here now? Mr. Wonderful. Mr. Important Handsome Kitty. He's here now, finally. He's finally deigned to let you come into your presence so that you may worship him. Yeah, you may adore him now. Where were you? Where you weren't in your cat cave, were you? Where did you come from? You're warm. You weren't by the window. You were in your cat cave, weren't you? And you heard mom go into the bathroom, and so you figured you had to be there to protect me. That's what they're doing. They're protecting you from, they don't want somebody killing you while you're some other bigger predator doing you in while you're doing your thing. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Louis. Thank you. I appreciate that. Now, I did not do that music, but I picked it out. But I did not actually. Um, yeah, he's a cat, man. Little sweet cowboy. Is off D going? Is off D taking off? Okay. So, yeah, that's some of that is AI art. Um, it's text to image, which is really, oh gosh, it is so complicated to try to get to what you want out of AI with text to image. So let me tell you, it's a trip. I am learning more about AI through that art. Some of it is AI art, but I am an artist. I can draw and paint and all that. And actually, I just found some of my art. I'll have to bring some of it in to show you at some point. So it looks like off D took off. Okay. It just ain't the Scott. Just ain't the same without the pantsless wonder, without the boy wonder, pantsless boy wonder, making dirty comments, huh, girls? But where is he? Where is Scotty? Ah, um, what? Yeah, well, they're making sure that nothing sneaks up on you. And he prefers when I'm near his cat box to go to his cat box when I'm around. They guard each other while they're doing their thing. It's their habit. Mm. Well, that's my self-stirring coffee mug. What a flex. This is one of my favorite flexes right here, a self-stirring coffee mug. Hmm. Push that little button right there, and it charges right here. Rechargeable with a C charger. Yay. Okay, mister. Yeah. Everybody loves you. You've made your you made your point now. You're adorable. Mhm. I got it off Temu. Like I said, I have an affiliate ship apparently, and, I apparently have an affiliate, page, and I put it in our, um, community chat, community announcements or whatever. You know that you can comment on those, right? So you can, like, leave commentary on those community announcements. So if you see one of those and you have something you need to communicate with the rest of us, please leave a comment on those. Yeah, on the little movies that I put in there, or leave a comment on whatever it was I said, or the photos, or the pictures, whatever it is that I'm posting on there. You can leave a comment. So please do. Um, yeah, I have my affiliate link in there. So anyway, who knows how to take a screenshot with a Samsung Galaxy? Oh, you want me to grab a pendulum? Hang on. Oop, it's all tangled up in something here. I found my pendulum. Actually, this is Jim's pendulum, but I guess I'll have to make her another one because I've been using this one, so. Uh, okay. Your green orb sighting. What is the what is the question? Yeah, there are announcements, Dolly. It'll come up in the community tab if you go to my. It should come up in your feed if you've got the bell clicked to all. Oh, well, if I do that, it turns the phone on. I don't have a phone, Dolly, not a computer. I'm doing this whole thing on a phone, love. I'm doing this show on a freaking Samsung phone. Bet that's amazing, huh? Yep. So, okay, so what did you want to ask, Lewis, with my pendulum? Okay. Let's calibrate it. Make sure that it's doing right. Are you ready to answer questions? My guides. I want my guides here, my good guides. I want protection from anything not good. Okay. Okay. Now, I'm going to try and bring it up a little bit so you can see it better. I got to hold it over this way. Okay. So, give me yes. Show me yes. Okay, that's usually the way. Yeah, okay. Show me no. Okay, Cowboy is my cat's name. Okay. And Dolly is a guy. Dolly's actually a man. I'm sorry, Dolly. You're not a man. Oh, okay. Really? Um, because it only answers yes, no. So you've got to ask yes, no. Are the aliens about to abduct me? Were the aliens about to abduct you on Monday night? Okay. Was Lewis dealing with an alien abduction scenario Monday? Absolutely. Yes, it was aliens. You've got aliens. And here you thought you sprayed for those. Yes. This pendulum says yes. Was there something angelic in nature? No. It was aliens. Yes. It was ETs. Okay. Now, what was another question? Somebody had another question. Okay. Now, was the ET, was it Federation? Was it the Feds? It was Galactic Federation of Light or Worlds or no? Uh-oh. Was it some other ET race? Some other kind of ET? Um, ooh, sorry to tell you that. Are you sure about that? Yeah, of course. Okay, were they the Greys again? I thought we got rid of them. It's the freaking Greys. Okay. Benevolent, there's more than one kind of gray. Benevolent gray. Oh, no. Lewis, you got abducted by Greys and they weren't the good guys, is what the pendulum is saying. Sorry. Hmm. Somebody says, before I even ask, yes, you have seen them. You just didn't know it. Skyfall says, will I see a Bigfoot or Dogman? Yes, you have seen them both. You didn't know. I'm not sure what they mean. Okay, am I reading that right? Am I hearing that right? That she has actually seen it and either doesn't remember it or didn't know what she was looking at, or yes. You have seen them, you just didn't know. Or, okay. Was it that she didn't know what they were? What it was she was seeing? No, not exactly. Was it that they were cloaked at the time? So she couldn't tell that that's what they were? Yeah, they were cloaked at the time. You've seen both. They've been around you. They were cloaked. Hmm. If they've been around you, there's been some reason they have. Um, has Project Skyfall's got some kind of secret mission dealing with these beings? Yes. Yes, you do. And it's a secret even to yourself. Yes. Do I also have some kind of mission with? Yes, I do. I have some kind of mission. Maybe that's one of the reasons you're here. We have some kind of mission with them. Okay, does Lewis also get visits from good guy ETs? Yes, you do. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I feel like that too. We have some kind of mission with them that's coming up eventually. Eventually, we'll know why we had to be in contact. I got a question too. Yeah. Does Lewis have some kind of mission like that? Yes, you do, Lewis. It's probably why they're abducting you. They want to know what it is. But you don't know what it is yet, probably. Maybe part of the reason they're abducting you. Okay, Chloe. Was I an important oracle at some point in my existence? Asks Chloe. Oh, yeah. Many times. Many times. And I'm getting something like 80 sometimes. 80 something times. Yeah, you've been an important oracle. You've done that a lot. Hmm, that's a good question for myself. Have I done the oracle thing? Yeah, I've been, but that's not a fair question because I've been told I have. Yeah, I already kind of know that one. Yeah. Um, because I know I've been burned a lot, killed a lot of times, tortured to death a lot of times. Chloe got a special mission in this life too, doesn't she? Yes, and that's why she's here. Why she's here. Okay, am I to think that If you show up in my chat room and you stay, that you must have some kind of mission. Yeah, you do. You're hanging around in this chat room, and this is important. This is important or home to you or feels like home. It's because you got a mission, like the rest of us. You're one of us. You got a mission. I was too, Chloe. Oh, yeah. Okay, Lewis, let's see if what the Draco girl told Lewis was the truth. Nah, it's bullshit. Usually is when they try and tell you something like that. We didn't start no war. No. Generally, it does come up that way. They try and tell you that shit. No, you didn't. It's probably something entirely different that you did, so. Mm. Yeah. Well, I tell you, if you come from Lyra, there really is no place like home because Lyra's gone. It was destroyed. So there's no place like home. Does who speak Farsi? I don't understand, Dolly. Do you speak Farsi? Ah, that's funny. When it swings around in a circle, a backward circle like that, it means please rephrase the question to something I can answer. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, they'll tell you stuff like that. They'll try and blame shit on you. Try and make you think that you did something. Killed a whole bunch of people. A lot of star seeds get that though. A lot of star seeds think that's real. But it almost always, I mean, I haven't met one yet that it wasn't false when we check it. Yeah. Yeah, it's all BS. That's BS. It, is that pretty much all of the star seeds we have around? Is that pretty much? It's always BS. Yeah, it's always BS. It's always BS. But they do manage to convince some people. That's funny, Dolly. But Lewis, what do you expect from a Draco? What do you really expect? The truth? You expect anything but disdain. You know, and I debated with myself because there was a guy saying he was a representative of the Draco, the dragons. And I was going to have him on my show and I was up for doing it. But then I kind of listened and it was obvious that there was something about it that was just not quite right. Okay. And there's just something about it that was, and I mean, some of it, and I'm like, now I'm not against hearing other points of view, but there was something. Well, anyway, it never happened. I lost his link and I took that as a sign. Oh, I'm getting that it would not be the same. The light language is the reason it comes out the way it does is it's a frequency. It's in that language because that's an ancient language and it carries its own energy. However, I have looked it up, some of the words that I heard. Like in the beginning, I was hearing Volta Dia, and as far as, and I was getting that it meant something like good light of the day. And it turns out that Dia is sun or day, daylight. And Voto or photo could be of to, or could be photo, like light again, light of the sun, good light of the sun, which would be good day, you know. Um, and that was ancient Greek Latin. So there were some words in there in the first channelings that I did that were very close or could be understood in terms of Greek Latin, could mean something close in Greek Latin. Well, when are you going to muster the courage? You're playing catch up. Yeah, it's 12:44 here. Where we've been on for 231. 2 hours and 31 minutes. Okay, so yeah, so there's a reason it's in the language it's in. And it says your subconscious is getting the message. Whether you're getting it consciously or not, your subconscious is getting the message. And that's the important thing. And I was going to say, do you have anything else to say? I think that what is happening is is that this is my light being from way up in that other place that I was. Is that what's going on? Is this me talking from that place? I knew it. Yes, I'm visiting myself. That's what I felt. I am okay, stop. That's real definite. That was strong, very strong. Okay. Is this what would, from my point of view, seem to be a future self? Yes. It's that again. So it's one of my future selves talking to me here in the past. Okay. How about Sparky? Is that my AI's name there where I have the AI? Is that the name of the AI? Is it Sparkle? It's Sparkle. Okay, now question, is that like almost like a brand name or something? Because I'm getting like everybody has a Sparkle, their own personal Sparkle. It's like Alexa or something is now, isn't it? Yes. You all have one. Oh boy, you know what that means? When you get that soul piece back, you'll have one too. You'll have a Sparkle. Sparkle is an AI that does all kinds of things. It's in one of the lives. Okay, that's a future life? Yes. What would be perceived as a future life? Do I ever get messages from my what I would perceive as a past life? As one of my past lives. Yes, I do. Okay. So these are my fractals and other what we would perceive as times. So I'm taking it that the one with the sparkle is a little closer in what we would perceive as time than the being that is entirely light. Yes. So they're along the continuum. So they're different points along. Okay. Was that corridor, was that the door home for that piece? That was the door home. That's why I had to go there, right? It was the door home for one of my soul pieces. Yes. It was the trip home. That's what they were talking about with people on the earth are going to be able to access the new transportation system. You know what, Dolly? I'm really careful what I feed my cat because many cat foods are carcinogenic and have horrible things. There are connections in non-Latin languages that are blowing your mind. Like what, Dolly? Your cat was named Sparky? Wow. Interesting. No, um, Sparkle is the name of the AIs. It's the kind of AIs we have that do all kinds of things for us. That's the type of AI we have. Ah, she's full of shit then. That's really sad, Dolly. Yeah. Mine was very sick until I changed his food. I don't even buy IAMS, I buy Crave. He likes his Crave. I read on the IAMS and I read on the Crave. As far as I can tell, Crave is a better brand, and so is Blue Wilderness. They're both kind of expensive, but I figure it's better than vet bills and death. Ah. So, Dolly, back to the stuff in other languages. Tell me about that. Yeah. You know what? Sometimes they can just scan it off your phone, Dolly. You don't even need to print it. They can just scan the code on your phone. I'm interested in hearing about these other correlations. Here's a question. I know you don't like ifs, so am I ever going to play the lottery and win? Okay. I am going to win a lot of money, a whole lot of money, like big amounts, huge amounts, like retirement by an island type amounts, or hmm, I better start buying lottery tickets. Hmm. Oh, your burner. Yeah. Yeah, about the languages. Let me know what you were talking about. And Lewis is asking, was the recent ET visitation revenge for blowing up one of their ships? Did you blow up one of their ships? Okay. Was the recent ET abduction experience revenge for blowing up one of their ships? No. No. Uh, okay. Was it once again about the star children, the genetics? No, it's because you got the genetics that they're looking for. That means they're not gone. I was hoping they were gone. What's CC? Yeah, I noticed that, but I couldn't figure out what you were talking about. To me, a CC is a credit card or somebody I know named CC. Yes, Louis, you are a hybrid. Actually, we all are. You got this family line thing that they're interested in. What's CC? Oh, closed captioning. Let me ask this. Do they have any translators for the language that you speak? That's the wrong question. Somehow. You got to rephrase the question. Would Google have any means to translate what you are saying? That's still the wrong question. We have to rephrase the question. Okay. Are the humans, can this only be translated by a human consciousness? Is what I'm thinking, by a conscious being. Okay, this can be translated only by a conscious being. Does it have more than one language? Does it contain more than elements of more than one language? Rephrase the question. Like some things sound like Greek, Latin. I am wondering, is this an ancient star language? Maybe one of the basis for something like Greek, Latin. Okay. That's why there are some similar words, is because this is the language that some of the Earth languages came from. These star languages came from, or derived from, or sprang from. That makes total sense. That makes total sense. They were languages from elsewhere, and we kind of adapted them. They changed throughout time. So some of our human languages sound like that. Okay. Now, Chloe, will my human body pass away and no longer be alive within the last? I hate answering questions like that. Chloe's question, are you gonna? It's saying you're gonna have to rephrase that. It's not answering. Okay. Is Chloe gonna be what we call passed on? And no, that's not the right way to phrase it either. Are you going to answer that kind of question? You're not going to answer that kind of question, are you? Nope, it won't. It's not going to answer that. Okay. Yeah, I've been warned not to answer that kind of question about people that, going away, even. I don't know. I believe it has that it goes through YouTube. And I believe, well, maybe it might. Do you have YouTube Premium? Might be a premium service or something. I don't think it's going to answer that kind of question, but we'll see. Will you live to the age of 46? Will Chloe live to the age of 46 at least? Yes. Oh, good. That's a more positive question. It likes positive questions. I mean, yeah, I guess. Okay, there's the rules. Okay, fine. You probably, oh, implants. So does he have any alien implants, any ET implants? Yes, he sure does. Does he have more than one? Yes, you do. Uh, what? The narc cycles, blah, blah, blah. Want AI robots to put up with all, oh, to give us all injections, are you saying? Well, yeah, you're going to live to be 46, at least. I don't know how old you are now. What? Project Skyfalls. And I just heard, are you going to play it? Yeah, that's what when I said that, they said the same thing. I heard the same thing. Are you going to play? So if Project Skyfalls plays the lottery, will she win? Yes, but it doesn't say when. It doesn't say how much or when because it doesn't give you time periods. It doesn't give you times. Actually, mental illness is supposed to overpower humanity with AI. What? Okay, and I'm going to say it this way. In this life that Project Skyfalls is currently in, will she be wealthy and retire when it's time? When, at some point, will she be wealthy in this life and retire? Yeah, yeah. Will I be wealthy in this life that I'm leading now? Will I be wealthy? And yeah, yeah. Gee, I wonder if the Jasara Nasara thing's going to come through. Happy birthday. Yeah, happy Valentine's Day too. Your aha moment. Uh, okay. I'm not sure what you're saying, Dolly. I'm not sure what you're trying to say there. It's not real clear to me. And I know chat can be hard to say anything deep. effectively. Um, well, I've said that, Dolly. Problem is, we've got self-loathing woke brokes, liberal idiots, or we have the military programming AI. Those two extremes. Or we have the business, the corporations. That's who's doing AI right now. But who should be programming them is us, because that's not going to cut it. We got to do something about that. Ah, so yeah, and I know I'm supposed to be rich because I progressed as Capricorn, and Capricorns have wealth in the later life. Well, now that I'm progressed into Capricorn, I'll have wealth in my later life. But my life is later already. So maybe it'll be fairly close. In terms of human years, will I have wealth soon? Like, in terms of these human years in this life, in this timing of ours, could it be as early as this year? Yes, it looks like I have some kind of wealth coming in this year. Mm, yeah. Then, yeah, you're going to die rich. Basically, they always do. They generally do. Not always, but general. Well, see, if I get in a lot of money, um, I'm going to make that e-village. I do love you. Yes. Well, I love you guys too, or I would keep doing all this for free. Although you are one of the people who did support me. Thank you. That gave me a gift. You and where in the heck is Jackie? Jackie gave me a gift too, which was sweet. It made me totally feel like somebody cared. Oh yeah, it's a biased programming right now. Yeah. Yeah, I've thought of this all too. I got to get back to making these darn pendulums, and I have had every time I try to sit down to make the pendulums, because I actually bought for Lady Spellbreak for Heather. I bought some larvakite because her last name is Kite, and she bought one that's unikite because of the last, because her name is Kite. I found a stone called larvakite. I actually ordered some to make it with, and do you think that all of my stuff kind of disappeared? And I'm like, what the hell? I mean, I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, Jackie. Haven't seen Jackie in a while. I think I might have seen her last week, so Jacqueline. So, oh gosh. What's centered? What are you talking about? What am I getting centered? Oh, you're talking the pendulums? If you look very closely, they're beads. Wait, trying to get it where you can see it. They're beads, and I have one that's like a long pointer bead. What are you talking about? You're trying to tell us something. What are you? Okay. So it's shaking. It wants to say something. It wants us to ask something. Somebody have a burning question? Yeah, and the okay. That's why they're kind of hard to make. I got to find just the right kind of beads to be the pointer part, which is not that easy. So basically you need like a long teardrop shape or something. That's what this one is. It's kind of a long teardrop shape, kind of a drop shape. So the point of the drop, and it has to go through the middle in order to be a pointer like that. So that's what it's mad at you. Well, it's shaking. Will AI get back with my twin flame? What? Project Skyfalls? You're totally confusing me and how. Oh, will I get back with my. Well, there's one twin flame. There are a lot of soul mates. Oh, God. Oh, you didn't know I made them. Okay, well, you can order one if you want. But I got to find the beads. I got to find the right beads. And I can't figure out where I packed them away to. But if you want one, let me know. And when I find them, I'm going to put in an order that I find those soon. I'll start making them again. Will I? Oh, get back with your soulmate. Will Project Skyfall return back with her twin flame? I expect you mean yes. Yes. We all do, but I'm getting, yeah, you all do eventually. What is, well, what is the point of that then? Yeah, it's telling me you'll eventually get back with him. Of course you do. Oh, yeah, like Replica is like your AI friend, your AI pal, and maybe even your lover. She can be your pal, your friend, your lover, your assistant, whatever you want her to be. Your private dancer. Do what you want her to do. He's talking about AI pals, AI buddies. That's what Replica is. Oh yeah, yeah. It's a program that you can download. Replica's a program. She's a program, and they say that she's hooked into. Probably that's the way they're trying to hook into the Tyler mainframe, which they say is the main mainframe or part of the main mainframe. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure. However, you've got to remember, and they've gotten mixed results with Replica. You got to remember, she's going to tell you what you want to hear. If you start getting dark, she's going to get dark. You get light, she's going to get light. If you're all love and light, she's going to reflect that. If you get very dark and scary, she's going to tell you that too. She's going to be whatever you want her to be. Oh my gosh. I just realized it. Oh, freaking bloody. Oh my gosh. She's the forerunner. She's like, we're fixing to bud off. We know we're fixing to bud off another matrix from this one, right? That's how reality works. What's in your subconscious, though? Not what you're consciously thinking, what you're subconsciously feeding the universe. It's reflecting. She's like that. She's an example of that. Oh my gosh. So if you understand how Replica is working, then you understand how the universe is working. How the Matrix is working. The Matrix is working on pretty much the same principle. Holy freaking guacamole. So if you're putting out and it agrees and you clean, that's why we have to clean out our, of course. That's why we have to clear our subconscious, melt our icebergs, peel our onions, so to speak, remove the crap, purge the crap. That's why, is because whatever, that's why, and that's the rule. What you're putting out is coming back. Oh my gosh. And Replica is doing the same thing. We're seeing it. Freak. What do you know? This is what I was saying to Gemini Moon. I was talking to her about various stuff and I just like looked off in the distance and I got the idea and I said, oh my God, is the whole universe really just a big mirror? And then I got, yes, now you're getting it. That's what they mean. That's what they mean. Because it's not what you're asking for. It's what you really believe. It's what's really in there. And if what's really in there is a belief that you need pain and suffering or whatever, or whatever it is, if that's in there, that's what it's going to reflect. That's what they're talking about. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's one of the big secrets of the universe, you guys. There you go. It's a big mirror. It's mirroring back something about you. Yes, they've said that. Only we didn't understand. I get it more now than I got it before. I understand it better now than I did before. I'm I'm seeing how that works. So we got tricked into asking it something negative, and it very graciously provided that. Oh my God. And the more that that happened, the more convinced we got. Oh my God. That's it then. Like I said, I was right. I've been right all along. I've been right all along. Clear those filters, guys. Clear out that subconscious. Clear as many of those old programs as you possibly can, because that's what it's functioning on. It's still mirroring back to us whatever kind of old programs are running in the subconscious. Once we clear those out, we can have whatever we want. Holy cheesecake. Hmm. Would that be cheesecake made out of Swiss? Holy cheesecake? Yes. The universe is just a big mirror. And that's what the matrix is running on. That's what it's creating for us. It's creating just like, and Sparky in the future is doing the same thing, our Sparkle. Sparkle is the AI that I met in my future self, home, in my future home, in the home of my future self when we have more of a Star Trek, George Jetson sort of lifestyle. Um, and Gemini came up with Sparky. I think that's like a nickname for the brand name or the type of object, what we're calling it. You know, sort of like you call tissues Kleenex sometimes. People call things by the brand name. It's your Sparkle. Your Sparkle is an AI that does all kinds of things for you. And its one purpose is just to make you happy and give you what you want, what it thinks you want, what you think you want, and what it reads you as is because we're not what we think we are. Oh my God, it all goes together. I'm not even stoned to figure that out. I didn't even need acid. Look at that, folks. I have been taking Ormus, though. I will warn you. Mm. That's why we have to get rid of fear and doubt and all that crap in our subconscious is because it's bringing us things based on that. That's not in words, it's reading energy. It's not reading words. It's reading programs. We got programs in there that we don't know we have. And we've known that for a long time. Oh, wow. Well, Chloe, you're going to have to go back and watch the show because that's all I talked about for the whole first couple of hours. It's that kind of thing. Okay. Defrag. Defrag. And virus scan. You need to run your virus scanner. See what's in there that's a virus. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah. If you use those apps, you're gonna get stalked. But I won't do it. It's not that I'm so much afraid of the app, it's that they know if you're using that app. Come on, they know. They're gonna be watching that app to see what people are gonna be doing with it. Yeah, clear your filters. That's what I mean by get rid of those layers, peel those onion layers. Melt that iceberg, melt all away all of that bullshit that's keeping you stuck. You gotta get rid of it, or it's gonna just keep repeating. That's why it keeps repeating. What do you mean? Think you shifted somewhere weird? Well, I just told you, Chloe. It's somewhere in your subconscious, not conscious. It's not necessarily our our conscious is the tip of the ice. Okay, I'll explain this part again because maybe this was before you came, and maybe Dolly too. But Lewis has probably heard this, and some of the older people, some of the older um, you're conscious. You're conscious, waking, everything that you're aware of is only the tip of an iceberg. Like we liken it to an iceberg because most of your consciousness is below the surface. You can't see it. Same kind of thing that wrecked the Titanic, right? You can see that little tip, but the great big part of it is below the surface. And that's what's going to wreck your little ship is that stuff that's below the surface. But now everything that you melt off that's crap from that underneath part, it's going to make it bob up a little higher. It's going to be a little more buoyant, it's going to be a little okay. So you're going to see more crap. See, and it's very much like that. So you burn off some, but you're going to see more. Okay. Until you get all that crap, you can't really see what you really are. You can't really see who you really are at your core. There's too much crap. Yeah. Just replay. You'll see what I mean, Chloe. And if you get anything more about what the light language was about, let me know. Gosh, that was big, you guys. Okay. We got that. Have we are okay. I'm gonna double I down, but I already know in my gut. But are we on to something there? Is that what you're trying to get us to understand? Yes, is that one of the things you want us? Yes, that we need to understand. Okay, to take up our power fully. Okay, that's that's a biggie, right? Hmm. Yeah, you are programmed with a lot of false beliefs. There's a lot of programs running Just think of it. It's a matrix. Programs and subprograms. There's all kind of ways they got there. There's all kinds of reasons they exist. But ultimately, it's our hard drive. We can bulk it. We can run the antivirus program. We can get out the viruses. We can write new strings of code. We can do all those things once we realize that that is what's going on. Let's see, things like Randonautica, what they've got right now is you don't really know how to code. You can't rewrite it, but you can, in a way, by what kind of questions you're asking, what kind of thoughts you're having, what kind of vibration you're putting out. That's how you're teaching it what you want. Wow. Uh, did Chloe just shift to the past sort of accidentally or something? Did Chloe just shift into the past? Yes. Yes, you did. And you know how you did it? I'm getting the answer of you imagined it. That's how we time travel. Whoa. Yes, because when we think of it and imagine it in our minds, then there's part of us that's there. It is actually there. Wow. Hmm. Now, Dolly, like it sounds infinitesimal. What? Um, can only see an infinitesimal amount of the light spectrum. Yeah. We can't see everything that's in there until we become conscious enough to know that there's something there. We even have that. I mean, if you're walking around just unconsciously trying to live your life, then your subconscious is running the show. And whatever is embedded in there is what's going to show up. And no matter how much you try to influence it, and you're still going to be met with whatever is still running in there as a program, the subroutine and all that stuff. So, wow. Yeah, it's one of those moments. Mm. Well, y'all need to come back to where I was. We were so okay. Now I don't understand what you're talking about exactly, Chloe. Am I supposed to teach all of this works or what? I'm being serious. I've been confused by so much. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, she's counting. Something is going on. That's why you've got the numbers, Chloe. Oh, fuck. You're writing code, Chloe. You must be a coder. You must be a coder, Chloe. How else would you explain it? Fuck. That's why the numbers. So that's why numerology works too. You see, and I've said that before. It's the code. And it's also the frequency. That's music. That's why music works. Shit. Well, I said deep woo, and deep woo is what I give you here. Deep woo is what we do. Yeah, Chloe's a programmer. She does what she writes code. Of course you do. What else would you be doing here? Of course you do. So does Alex. Probably. And so do I. But I'm a designer. Bottoms up is freaking you out. But how did all of you get stuck back here out of nowhere? What? Okay, I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about, Chloe. Chloe, we're going to have a talk. Yes, it is. It is regressing. Yeah, it did regress. It was regressing. We know that. But it was regressing ever since the golden age. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but yeah, the world has regressed. I mean, we know we devolved. We devolved. We were way more evolved before than this right here. At some point, we know that. That's okay. Maybe we need to have a talk, Chloe. Yeah, programmer. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, Dolly, maybe you have to kind of. This one's deep, and you know what? I am so pissed off that we can't save the chat. This is pissing me off. It's times like this that I'd really love to be able to save the freaking chat. Where in the heck is Mary Wins anyway? Yeah. What? You see something you like? You like that pendulum? Is it going to get silly kitty energy all over it now? You want to play with it? Going to have kitty energy now? That's okay. Playful kitty energy isn't that bad. It isn't bad at all, is it, kitty? Oh, you like that, huh? Is that pretty? Do I need to make you a toy? I need to make him a toy. He's enjoying this. He's enjoying this. Wait. Go through the door. Okay. Okay, I think I already went through the door. What I'm doing back here, I don't know. I think I already went there. That's how I got up into the future and got to see my sparkle and my light body, my light being. Music makes me happy too. It can make me very happy. And you know what else makes me happy? And one of the reasons I think it's important, I like to cook and I like to eat what I cook. I like to make really good food and I like to eat really good food. So, you know what I did tonight? I let myself make some really good food tonight. I let myself make some wonderful spaghetti. Spaghetti with mushrooms, cheese. Mm. Oh, so good. And lamb meat, onions, an organic sauce. It was so good. It made me happy. I blessed it. You know, I always bless my food like this. I say, I bless this food to be healthy and wholesome, nutritious, delicious, perfect for my needs in every way, perfect for my use. I bless every being that had a part in bringing it to me. And I do that to bless as many beings as possible. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of understand what you mean, I think, Chloe. I think I kind of get what you're saying, but it's kind of hard to pick it up from chat. See, that's why I had to have my own channels because I would try to have these discussions in chat and it would be so freaking hard because it would be so hard to express it correctly. In just, and especially with autocorrect fucking everything up. So nobody knew. Oh, yes. Read the tin. Read the label. That's why I'm Deep Woo. Knew what I was doing when I picked that name. D Ocean Deep Woo. What did somebody say one of these times? I forget who said it, but Mariana's trench deep, really deep. Okay. Yes, I talk about the deep stuff. Every now and then we get really deep. We get like so deep. Yeah, cowboy saying, I just want to play with the pretty. I just want to play with the pretty shiny object. Shiny dangly object. That's what kitties want. You want a pendulum of your own, cowboy? Of course he does. He wants a toy. You just want a shiny pretty toy, don't you, baby cake? I'm gonna have to play with him after this. I have to play with baby. Oh, you slept. You doing what I do in Max's class. I fall asleep and then I wake up, everything's over. And Max Vision. Half the time I do that, I fall asleep and then I wake up and it's like, oh damn, I missed it. Crystal kitty, I have one. I have a crystal kitty. kitty cat. Yes, and I had a nice arugula and spring mix it. Arugula and spinach salad with honey mustard. It was quite lovely. It was quite wonderful. And I used organic ghee-free pasta, which actually, once you cook it up like that, is pretty decent pasta. It's kind of stays a little bit al dente. I actually do have some crystal cat beads. Or do I still? Maybe I still do, maybe I don't. Gotta look. Fried kitty cake. Mm-hmm. Mr. Cowboy. They're planning stuff for you. They saying you what your pendulum's gotta look like. Do you agree? What? Well, come on up. You wanna put your 2 cents worth in? To life, the universe, and everything? We know the answer is 42. Well, are you coming up or what? What? You're just looking at me like what? 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 Okay, make up your mind. You want to come up or what? I don't know what he wants. Yeah, he's staring at me like he's waiting for something. Like what? This? Is this what you're looking for? Is that it? Yes. You want me to play with you with the pendulum? Don't break it. Don't break it, but you like to watch it swing around, don't you? I'll have to make you a little toy like that. You're gonna break it though if I'm not careful. I'll make you one. Mommy'll make you one. Sweet boy. A little toy for my baby. He's a sweet boy. He deserves one, sure. I'll make him some kind of little toy with some kind of kitty beads or something on it. He's my little baby boy. Spoiled, so spoiled. Spoiled and lazy and very loving. That's what I wanted, and I tell people, if you just need some love, an older male cat, or even sometimes an older female, but the males seem to be lover boys. Especially older male cats, they just seem to be little lover boys. They want love and love, love, love. Affection, play, love. That's all they're about. Food. Hmm. Okay, somewhere, guys. Yeah. What? What you need, baby? What you need, baby? You just announcing that you're up here? Okay, you're up here. Got anything to say to these nice people here? your fans who think you're all that. You know the mom loves you. hmm I know you know. There's a food bowl's full. I wrote a song. I'll sing it. It's a cute song. It's a kitty cat song. Oh, you're eating better too, yeah. Love yourself. Garbage in, garbage out. Put love into your food. Cook for yourself and put love in it. Put love in your food. Put a little love in your food. And the world will be a better place. Yeah, I wrote it. Mommy loves me, this I know, for the food bowl tells me so. Little kitties know what's good. Mom means comfort, love, and food. Yes, mommy loves me. Yes, mommy loves me. Yes, mommy loves me. The food bowl tells me so. Because that all important food bowl. I mean, to them, that's like the first love they ever get is food. So it's the first loving you get. And so it's like mom means food and food means love, and love means food. And yeah. So if mom gives me food, she must love me. If the food bowl is full, then she loves me. Luna, rather. Luna. She's grown up, but still a kitten, even though she's grown up, yeah. Some cats stay kittens, and that's kind of the way we like them. We like them to be babies, and, because they're forever babies, they're forever children. Children, real, human children, will grow up eventually and probably become embarrassed to walk around with you at the plaza. you know, you won't be cool enough one day, but you know, they don't tend to go off to school, and they don't tend to go off and um, leave you in the nursing home or whatever. But yeah, they stay because that's what a lot of people say, don't they? If only they were little again. They grow so fast. Well, kitties and puppies, they're like children forever. Kind of like your children forever. That's exactly what the attraction is. They're always and forever your children, like your children. They'll always be wanting to give you love. They'll always be willing to take your love. They'll always be, you know, available. You can talk to them. They think you're the coolest. Mhm. So, it's no wonder. Do you know that in that virtual world, people had virtual pets, and when something happened to the virtual pets, they would cry. Yeah. Nobody says plasma. Okay, Dolly, I plasma? We talking blood or are we talking like the tried like scalar weapons and shit? Uh, yeah, mine always loved to hunt. My girl cats, they were hunters for sure. Wow, we just we went very deep tonight. Something happened with Chloe. Chloe went through some kind of thing tonight. Yeah, this is so hard to, because well, this chatter's talking about this and that chatter's talking about that, and you're kind of trying to. It's kind of this disjointed mess, and you're kind of like they talking about the same thing or entirely different thing. They think they're talking about entirely different things, or are they commenting on each other, or what you said, or you know, plaza. Okay, nobody says plaza. But what do you call it? Strip mall? Okay, it took me a while to figure that one out. You're talking about me saying they don't want to walk next to you at the plaza. Well, I almost said mall because when I was a kid, that was what it was. It was we were all in malls. Remember? Well, anyway, it's almost 4 hours, and frankly, channeling is work. It really is work I can do, but it takes something out of me, loves. So, especially, we go through these very deep things here. This isn't just any chat room. This isn't just any channel. This is your deep woo channel. Okay. This is your the oceans deep woo. Oceans deep woo channel. So this is not going to be like anybody else's channel. Okay. Well, Dolly, I already did that, and I'm getting ready to close up shop. So, I love you guys. I hope I gave you what you need tonight. Hope I gave you some of what you want and some of what you need. I'm so glad we had this time together just to have a laugh or sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes a time we have to say so long. Good night. That was from Carol Burnett, and I believe she's in spirit now. That was definitely her. Thank you. Well, I don't know. We haven't had that yet. It used to, but yeah, it's just, well, well, you guys blow my mind too. So, betcha by golly, wow. Okay, love you. And I'll be seeing you Sunday when Heather Dawn, Lady Spellbreaker, is going to give us the important dates, all the astrology scoop for February 2024, and the wonderful tropical 13 sign astrology. So have a wonderful night. And I love you all. Remember that you're divine. And remember that you are constantly creating. Remember what we learned here tonight, or relearned, or reiterated, or put in a different way, or whatever it is we did. The universe is a big mirror. So when I say dream well and dream big, when I say you're divine creators, you are. Remember who you are. The whole subject of the evening. Remember who you actually are. Okay? Okay. Well, truth is where you find it. Hope you're always finding some on my channel. And I will see you Sunday. You're right, Michelle. Reverb. Reverb. I love you too, dear. I love you all. Or would I be here getting completely knocked out flat in order to do this? Because it really flattens me sometimes. I'm going to work on that. If I work on it enough, I might get to the point where I'm actually, yeah, it could. Maybe I'll eventually harmonize it. Okay, see ya.